Hello guys, let's look at the market review for the following week. We'll be looking at NZD Chef, Audi JPY, Euro NZD CAD JPY, GBP NZD, Euro CAD. So we'll only be looking at these pairs. So let's just get on with it. So looking at NZD Chef on a daily time frame, we can see that the momentum has been pushing to the upside. It has been pushing to the upside, just going up. It has been just going up, and now it reached a high. This was once a high before price pushed and created a lower high, and now it came back to test that high. So seeing that we had this descending pattern, we can see that we are expecting the price to push further to the upside, to push further to the upside, because we had this descending pattern. So how do you get your entry on such a structure? Okay, we go to our 4-hour time frame. As we can see that on 4-hour time frame, it's about to form a correction. That correction will give us an entry. You remember the market moves impulse, correction, impulse, and now we are on a major level where we can be looking for some sort of a continuous pattern showing that we are ready to push up. So that's what I will be looking for on NZD Chef for the following week. I will be looking for it to give me some sort of a correction here before I can get a buy to the upside. That is how we should be looking at this pair, because we can see that it's rejecting the structure. It's rejecting this level, which means it can give us a correction or push down for a pullback, and then we get our entry here to go up with it. Don't just jump in because you see a price going up. This is how most people lose money, because they see price pushing up, and they just buy, not realizing that now it's too late to be jumping in a trade. So we are looking to buy this pattern after it gives us some sort of a correction here. We are looking to buy it. That's when we can look at this pair and say we are looking for trades to see. So this is how this trade can be. It won't just shoot up, but it will be pushing up to reach this high, right? So let's look at Audi JPY. Let's see what Audi JPY has for us. So on Audi JPY, we can see that price has broken. It's almost the same as NZD Chef. We can see that price has been pushing up. Now it broke this previous high. What I'm looking for after the break of this previous high, it's some sort of a correction, right? It's some sort of a correction before I can jump into this trade. So what I'm looking for now is price to do something like this, and then that's when I can jump into this trade coming to these levels. That's the only time I will enter this trade, if I get a pattern that confirms that we are ready to push up. Let's look at this from a daily time frame. If you look at this from a daily time frame, you can see what I'm talking about. You can see that this pattern has been pushing up, and now we can expect a correction coming. We can expect a correction on this level, right? After that correction, after the correction from this level, we can be looking to buy. It's almost the same as NZD chef, because we are looking for price to play around a bit on this level, and then we can get our trade coming here or coming here. That's how you should look at it. Don't just jump into trades. You don't just jump into trades. So you look for correction here before you take your trade. So let's move on and look at a Euro NZD. Let's look at a Euro NZD. A Euro NZD is doing the same thing. That's the market. The market is like any other business, where you typically repeat what you already did. You just keep on doing the same thing, just with different customers, and you keep on capitalizing. If you look at this pair, it was pushing up. It was pushing down. It pushed down. Now we can expect some sort of a correction on this level, and then we can get a drop to the downside, because it already broke the previous low. It broke the previous low. Now what we can look for here is price to play around a bit, on this level, and then we can get our buy. The trick here is seeing the same thing over and over again and practicing it always until you master it. The problem with people, they test a strategy, now they lose a bit and they change a strategy. The trick here is repeating the same thing until you master it. Until you master it, you repeat until you master. Even if you can look at here, you can see that this market has been dropping. Now we can expect it to play around a bit here, and then we are coming straight down, and you catch your pips. So the trick here is patience and repeating the same thing, even though the market moves each and every day and it moves different, but the patterns are always the same. They are always the same, just different variations and different sizes. You need to understand that, so that you can be able to capture your pips. Because if you can take a close look at this, you are expecting a nice 400 pips, depending on the size of the pattern. And if you go to even a lower time frame, the patterns gets better and better. This one is slightly different. Because as you can see, that price was in this pattern. You see it formed the one here, it formed the second touch here, but when it got on the third touch, it gave us a rising wedge, which indicate that price will push to the downside. That doesn't necessarily mean that every time you see this pattern the price will push down, but that means the price will push down a bit with your first take profit around here and your second take profit around here, or at the touch of a trend line. Because if price can just confirm this, as you can see, we have one, we have two. If price can confirm and with breaking this level and correcting, that's how we will be sure that this pair is definitely going down. CAD JPY, we are looking to be selling it because we are on the dead touch on this level, and now we want to see what happens here, and if it breaks and form a correction, and then we are going down with it. It's the same pattern that I've been showing you on the previous three pairs, just this one is smaller. Let's look at GBP NZD. You see, GBP NZD is a bit tricky because we can expect both buy and a sell. we can expect it to reverse on this level, you know, or we can expect it to break this level, form a correction, and then push down. It depends on how the pair will behave. You need to expect both sides, but a nice trade here will be a break, correction, and then push down, because this one the momentum already showed that it's going down. If you take a buy, you'll be going against the momentum, but that's what the market will be forming. So we are trading what we see. We don't trade what we want to trade. You trade what you see. If you can learn how to adapt to the market, then you will be sorted. And if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also check out my Instagram page for daily tips on trading forex. So let's look at a euro. Let's look at a euro card. A euro card is also forming a certain pattern. It's forming a pattern. If you can take a close look at this, this is a pattern, and now the trick here, this pattern is broken. We are looking for some correction on this level, and we are pushing down. You see, I keep on repeating one thing. One thing. So because we are on the dead touch here, we need to see whether price will reverse or price will form a correction that shows us that it's going down. If you can just understand how the price moves and combine it with pairs, correction, impulse, and all those things, you can be you can make some real profits on the market. Because if you look at this, you can see that this is an impulse, correction, impulse. So it's a bigger vision. If you look at this, it's an impulse, we can expect a correction and then another impulse on a smaller scale. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something. We shall meet again on another video. Sharp.